His family come each day to unite with Jesus Christ in worshiping God our Father. Here we seek the strength to live our Christian lives fully in this, our 20th century. Patriotism is a distinct mark of our heritage and must be stimulated. We assemble as a school weekly for flag raising and express the love and loyalty so characteristic of Americans by our singing. Spiritual, financial, and moral support is always forthcoming from Father McHugh, our pastor. Under his wise guidance, a marvelous parish plant is in full operation here in relatively few years. We wish to take this occasion to express our sincerest gratitude. Mrs. Masterson, our school secretary, coordinates our volunteer office help and does untold clerical work from morning till night daily. She adds the spice of peace so necessary for smooth functioning. Volunteer typists come daily. Their many hours of work save the teacher's precious time for more personal class preparation. A staff of 10 volunteer nurses under Mrs. Popick's direction rotate daily. They are on duty from 10 to 1:30 to care for any emergency. New trends in the church are much in focus in our daily religion classes. The positive approach of love of God as expressed in the new liturgy is used to help the children gain a responsible and mature living of their religion. Father Hennessy teaches a class a week to the 5th through 8th grades and adds a solid impact to this program. Modern math is a challenge to every teacher as well as to the students. Concrete objects for demonstration, math films, and the newest of textbooks, plus each teacher's ingenuity, are the ingredients for solid learning. The use of standardized tests to check the children's achievements are used, and the results are most gratifying. All knowledge keys around a child's ability to read. We have experimented with various programs and feel what we now have is very functional. The first grade have a well-developed phonics program that precedes any attempt to read. This prevents sight reading. After several months, a basic primer is begun. The phonics program is run parallel to this. A phonics lab was purchased this year for the first grade. It consists of 18 sets of earphones. It is used as you see here demonstrated in the picture. Each child works independently as he listens to the instructions over his earphones.
Do you recognize them? Beside each letter on your card is a number. Start with number 1 at the top. Point to them and say the numbers with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you find letter number 5?
Each class of the 3 primary grades are broken into 3 reading groups, giving each child the opportunity of smaller group instruction. In the intermediate grades, a form of non-graded reading is used. There are 4 levels in each grade. The child can advance with his group as he is ready. This helps cut down frustration in reading, which causes many children to lose interest. Here one can be motivated to do the possible. Phonics is a very important part of the reading skills used at this time. In the 6th, 7th, and 8th, the controlled reader is added to the reading program. It is used several days a week to develop greater concentration, coupled with proper eye movement and speed. Here again the children are grouped so as not to pressure or frustrate. One group of 8th graders is at present reading 390 words per minute. Extracurricular reading material is used to promote good reading habits. The 8th uses the student's edition of the Reader's Digest. The intermediate grades use the Weekly Messenger, and the primary use the Mind magazine. Facility in spelling will grow as a child's knowledge of phonics grows. Our speller is designed to parallel the phonics program used in reading. With this close correlation, the maximum of learning should be reaped. Here you see a group of children using the chalkboard, an excellent device to reach the mind. Lunch is a most enjoyable time, both for the students and the faculty. Refreshing drinks add much on warm days. These are supplied by Mr. Peaks and are a great source of income that we use for many needy things here at school. Many mothers volunteer their time to assist in the classroom while the children eat their lunch, and others help supervise games on the playground. The eye of the camera caught this group of women as they were leaving when the noon hour was over. See how refreshed they look? Mrs. McDonald has organized a team of women, and they are doing an outstanding piece of work with our PE program. The children have these for 20 minutes twice a week. A strong body will go far in stimulating a child's mental growth. Body coordination, agility, and gracefulness are most desirable outcomes. Later in the year, track events become very natural to the children if their muscle tone is in fine condition. We have hurdles, high jumping, pole vaulting, broad jump, chinning bars, as well as other metered laps. After lunch, the children are refreshed for a renewed attack on their work. Well begun is half done is a meaningful adage. We feel this is the case with the kindergarten under the fine direction of Miss Gabusi, who is assisted daily by Mrs. Bonney. Working well with others, following directions, gaining self-discipline, learning to concentrate, arousing much curiosity and interest in school are big ambitions for kindergarten teachers. The little ones are moving at a good pace, and we are very happy with it all. The overhead projector is an asset to many learning situations. Here Mrs. Erie is using it most effectively in social studies. She is projecting a map on the board. The children have a duplicate at their desk. They can follow this graphic lesson very easily. Note the attention given. Maps and globes never lose their fascination. We are living in such a small world now that it is imperative that children know our world and its varying people with their rich backgrounds. Knowledge leads to understanding, and the fruit of this is a deep, sincere love for our fellow man wherever he might be. This produces a genuine concern that motivates positive action. This, we hope, will be the fruit of each child's Christian education. Responsible citizens should have a knowledge of their form of government. Here is the 8th grade giving their views on how things should be run.
Most Holy Trinity is assembled today to discuss House Bill 23, introduced by Ms. Cogan. The bill reads as follows: be enacted by the legislature of Most Holy Trinity a proposal that the driving age should be lengthened from 16 years to 18 years of age. The floor is now open for discussion.
Madam Speaker, I think it should be 18 because some kids are not mature enough to take the responsibility at 16.
Mr. Kubrick?
Madam Speaker, I think it should be lengthened to 18 too because, well, you hear about these drags.
Public speaking can't be begun young enough. English classes are often utilized for this purpose. This year, we worked up a student council, and classes from 4 to 8 send representatives. The delegates meet weekly and discuss school projects most meaningfully. The Children's Initiative and Goodwill creates School Spirit Plus. The ability to stand on your feet and express yourself is witnessed here. English grammar is tedious, but with our introduction of Spanish in grades 4 to 8 this year, the children can see the usefulness of this hard-gotten art. Here the children point to pictures and name the objects in Spanish. Conversational Spanish is the approach we are using.
¿Cómo están ustedes?
Bien, gracias.
Muy bien, gracias. Ayuda.
Buenos días, hermana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Book reports and compositions give children a means for creative writing. Here is pictured some illustrated reports. Our school paper is reaping the benefit. These are the pictures of the editors and the co-editors. They just finished publishing their first issue. Just try to keep up in science. It is literally changing daily. We have a new text that is giving the students the benefit of fundamental scientific facts as they are applied in recent developments. Experiments worked right in the class compose much of the learning. In the spring, we will have our annual science fair, the object being to help the children with controlled experiments and to learn the skill of keeping data and noting results. The lighter side of our curriculum includes music and art. Mrs. Krause volunteers her skill and is doing much to bring the enjoyment of singing as well as a knowledge of musical compositions to the children in grades 3 through 8. She also has begun a glee club that meets every Thursday. A music festival is being planned for late January. The teachers are working with Mrs. Krause, and I am sure you will enjoy the fruits of their labors. In connection with this, music appreciation is also taught. Tomorrow, 412 will go from here to attend an orchestrational concert at Grady Gamage Auditorium. This has been especially prepared just for children. The works of great men such as Mozart, Chopin, and Wagner will make up the program. A wonderful mode of self-expression is art. Each class has a period once a week. We recently entered many fine pieces in an art contest, the results of which are not yet known. We will have the art sheets on display for your enjoyment at our open house on November the 14th. Our academic school day comes speedily to an end, and then extracurricular activities begin. Right now, the boys are busily engaged in inter-school football games. They are cheered on by 7 pretty little misses who have organized and trained themselves, and I must say they have done a fine job. Mr. Opalak has worked with our team for 8 years now, and you would have to go far to find a man so dedicated. Many are the boys who owe him their basic knowledge of the skills of these games. Sister Dorothy Marie coaches the girls, and they are still rejoicing over their last game against St. Francis, which they won. As soon as this sport is over, Mr. Segovia will begin practice for baseball. The girls' church choir meets every Monday evening. They are the backbone for our daily singing at Mass. Our nights of the altar meet on Friday. We can boast of an energetic group of good, healthy boys that often roll out of bed before 6 to serve at Mass here in the parish. These are the officers of this group. We are most grateful to the boys for their many services to the parish. Of course, the boy himself reaps untold benefits for this great privilege. Late spring, we have an annual talent show that brings hidden talent from many corners. It is a source of great fun and entertainment. Maybe your child has some talent to share with us. Encourage them to take part. Looking down the long school patio makes you think of the endlessness of education. In educating the whole child to meet his responsibilities in life as a mature Christian is perpetual. But what could be more rewarding than having a vital part to play in working hand in hand with God in creating daily a being made to His image and likeness? Therefore, no effort expended is too great. It is a great challenge, and we must work together in this triangle of parent, child, and teacher. Great loyalty and cooperation breeds success. I would like to thank Father Cunningham and Mrs. McDonald, who have done so much to make these slides possible. We certainly hope you have enjoyed them. Thank you.